The idea
So
is,
ideally, you want one of the men to be a war veteran, a war hero, a decorated war hero that can organize this thing.
I just organize it. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, but without any, you put you in front of 100 men without any, decorations behind you. People may not listen. You know.
But the idea of this is you want to drag the gorilla into the deep
Mm-hmm.
water and weigh it down. You want each unit to basically kind of like exhaust the gorilla as much as possible, strike damage when you
Mm-hmm.
can, and then you actually probably want to have your absolute best fighters in the last 25 guys,
Yeah.
so that they're taking on what we hope to be is an exhausted gorilla.
Before we get into the NBA playoffs, the NFL, man, I wanted to tackle this. This is like called a wildfire and all of that stuff. There it goes. But you have this one gorilla versus 100 men thing, right?
Yeah.
Now listen, I've seen a bunch of like people attack this in different ways. People are really like trying to figure out who's going to win. All right. Now
Yeah.
here's my first question to this is okay. Is this like 100 real men or is this like Bubba and Pink men? No, I mean, what kind of men?
No, I'm insulted, man. About like Bati boys and stuff, but nah, I would number myself among the real men.
Because listen,
I've thought about this. I really feel like I would be a proper strategist in this dynamic.
go ahead. How would you go about
Okay. All right, so you got to realize if we're assuming no weapons, just basically fists, you got 100 guys. You got to have a plan. 100 guys can't be within striking distance of the gorilla, and vice versa. So basically, you have to attack in waves, and you've got to have the idea that a bunch of dudes are going to die, and we've got to be okay with that. We're going to let some guys die, but our strategy here is to play the game of fatigue, because there's only one gorilla and we're going to try to wear him out. So the idea is you don't want to just charge at him, get knocked down, get thrown across the fucking field or whatever, and you're done quickly. The idea is you want units of maybe 3 to 5 guys at a time doing coordinated attacks. And you're kind of baiting the gorilla to attack one of the guys, and then the other guys like counter off of that and get some strikes in. The idea.
So ideally, you want one of the men to be a war veteran, a war hero, a decorated war hero that can organize this thing.
I just organize it. I mean,
but without any, you put you in front of 100 men without any, decorations behind you. People may not listen.
At their peril. No, but the idea of this is you want to drag the gorilla into the deep water and weigh it down. You want each unit to basically kind of like exhaust the gorilla as much as possible, strike damage when you can. And then you actually probably want to have your absolute best fighters in the last 25 guys, so that they're taking on what we hope to be is an exhausted gorilla.
So I have a list. I'm not going to go through all 100, but somebody did the work and put together 100 names of folks that should be in this 100 men. Okay. So I'm just going to go through a couple that may sound interesting or funny. Okay.
Why not top of the list?
Who?
I know who's at the top of the list. John Jones.
John Jones is on here. John Jones is on here.
Yeah.
You got Ray Lewis is on here. And we're talking about prime guys, not like 60-year-old guys here when you hear the names.
A little bit back in the day. But Ray Lewis, he
Yeah,
wrestled
yeah,
a
yeah.
little back
You
in the
got
day.
Shaq.
Shaq,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. You got they put Aaron the plumber. I don't know if they're just being funny. You know the guy who's trending the 20 verse one, the guy he's bugging,
Oh, oh,
the funny guy. Uh,
yeah,
then Brock Lesnar. They got guys like that. Terrence Bud Crawford. So they do got some serious names on here. You got,
yeah,
but they
yeah.
also go. They also go funny. You got Mystical. You know the one famous
Miss,
line. If you see me in a forest, help the bear. You know what I mean? That's like his famous line. You know what I mean?
that's I remember from his catalog. But go ahead.
I'm not sure why Marvin Sapp is on here. They should have explained that. Uh,
He locked him in the church and demanded money.
okay, so he's about his business.
Retreating if Marvin Sapp's got the door key.
You got Draymond Green, big tough ass. That's what it say on here. That's hilarious. And then some really funny ones. Okay, you got Faison Love. I think that's hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
you got Solange Knowles because she in the elevator.
Yeah, but we ain't fighting Jay-Z. We're fighting the gorilla. She's on the bench.
You got who else is on here? You got Uncle Jerome from Snowfall. I think that's funny. And then you got Baby D from Next Friday. They got on here. The white folks that stormed the Capitol.
Those motherfuckers got repelled. They're losers.
Oh man, but yeah, that's hilarious. Chris Brown off of Powder Bag. That's hilarious.
I would go with like some legit like special forces
Yeah.
guys. I would go with some of the tougher guys in MMA circles, like Francis Ngannou. You got to have him in there.
Yeah, for sure. But in all, I know everybody is saying, most people are saying like, there's no way 100 men could beat one gorilla. But call me crazy, but I think if you get the right 100, okay, I think that can happen. First of all, these gorillas are not as large as what these pictures and videos are showing. AI what's going around right now,
Yeah.
and we're smarter, we have more stamina, and we can get it done.
Well, I tend to agree with you if you have a strategy, and that I was coming in like you intentionally want to wear the gorilla down, and you got to kind of use your 100 guys, and that's why I was like, hold your best 25 for the end, when hopefully they get to square up with what would be a fatigued gorilla. And that's the idea. Coordinated attacks so that he's got, whatever he tries to do, there's like, it's like the idea of boxing where you're countering moves, but the way we counter the gorillas with the multiple guys, with 3, 4, 5 guys working in a group. So if he goes to strike a guy, bam, 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 we're hitting him. He turns to do that, we're hitting him on the backside. So wherever he goes, he's getting hit in the back.
Facts. All right.